Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Return to Bloodborne. In this episode, we are gonna be continuing on in the DLC. Not sure I'll need this for now. We'll see how much damage we do to Maria. Someone asked me in the comments of the previous episode to wear the enlarged head. Okay, we'll just start again. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Bloodborne. As you can see, I have the door unlocked because I had to restart the recording because my mic wasn't turned up. Gonna go take on Maria today, and somebody in the comments of the last episode asked me to wear the enlarged head during the cutscene, so I'll oblige. I'll wear it. We'll see how this changes the cutscene. I mean, this is an important cutscene. Let's inspect the corpse. She is she is on the cover, quote unquote, of the old hunters. Oh, wow. She clips into it. Oh, that's kind of stupid. They didn't really think this through, did they? I'll remove it because if I remember correctly, this thing has like horrible stats. We'll make a quick switch. But it does look funny. She's talking to like a giant pimple. But she is badass. Talking about like favorite bosses and things like that. She's up there for me. One of my favorite bosses. Definitely the favorite in this DLC. Because I think she strikes the right balance between being fucking hard but still being really fair and completely beatable. Of course, I haven't fought her in ages, so we'll need to readjust. Oh, I have the minigun. I just tried parrying. It's because I talked about this in the stream I had yesterday, streaming Demon's Souls, but I've been playing a different character as well in this game. I finally wanted to make a build where I get the beast claws, because I never have the patience to pick up the beast claws and, you know, grind the chalice dungeons. But I've been doing that. I'm like, finally I'm gonna do it, because I want to see what the transformed kind of werewolf mode looks like. And I of course have the Ludwig's rifle on that build, and I just automatically went for the parry, which I do not have here, so yeah. This boss does become really easy if you learn how to parry her, because she's actually, especially in the first phase, I'll let that one slide because that went terribly. Also, I'm using the saw spear in that other run, which is a lot faster than this, so it's probably gonna take me some time to readjust to this thing. Which means lots of deaths. I'll cut out the attempts after a while. She is probably going to take a lot. Again, haven't fought her pretty much since the last time I played through the old Hunters and Bloodborne itself, which was, well, about a year ago. Okay. I mean, fuck, shouldn't get that. 9,000 souls at this level, it's like nothing. She is easy to stun lock, but I think you need a bit of a quicker weapon for that. I went for the parry again, which, again, not gonna happen. Have to remind myself. God, how am I gonna even make this? Like, this is her easy phase. She does have a similar thing to Ludwig, you know, kind of like those multi-hit attacks. I think she wins out in that trade, which, yeah, okay. God, I might need a different weapon for this. Holy shit. Because, well, actually, look at how much damage I've done to her. I only hit her like a couple of times too. So actually, that's probably not going to be an issue. I do always have the saw spear, and well, yeah, I even have the resources probably for the what's the saw thing called? The Whirligig saw. I even have the materials for that. So do I? Well, let's just check. Kind of. Again, I already have the saw spear up, yeah, to +3. So you never know. I'm only gonna switch if I like desperately need it. Even though, you know, the saw spear's special thingy is not gonna affect her. Because she's not a beast. Really gotta figure out how to dodge her, because it's been so long. She is incredibly similar for anyone who hasn't played Bloodborne but played Dark Souls 3. She's of course incredibly similar to the Abyss Watchers. Guess that fight is kind of a reference to Maria. Even her like second and third phase is similar. Okay, dodging backwards is not something that works. Cool little detail, the pistol she's using is the Evelyn, because Maria is from Canehurst, so just a nice little detail. Did she? Yeah, she switched again. I also probably have runes that allow me to carry more blood vials, so maybe. I tried going for a backstab. I don't actually know if you can do it. Shit. And she has like at least 3 different charge attacks, which you have to learn. Still, as you can see, I'm doing better and better. Ludwig went terribly at first too, but quickly adjusted back into it. I just need to remember the boss itself, because basically once you beat any boss, next time around it's gonna be easier. It's just, again, it's been a while, and this weapon as well, especially after the saw spear. It's weird, because it's kind of the same, but then again it's not. It's just different enough to be kind of a reason to trip me up. Again, I know you can stun lock the shit out of her, especially in the first phase, so that's not worth it. There's actually, I think, very few situations where this Gatling gun is like seriously useful, but it's such a cool like novelty weapon that I think it's worth having just for that fact. Being a little too anxious with the heals. She is, as you can see, she does have the old Hunter Bone effect. And the reason for that is because I guess not. No, you can't backstab her. That would be a little bit too easy, right? Which one is that? That's the second one, because she has the one where she charges up a lot, which you saw. Yeah, there's this one, a slash. There's that straight projectile that killed me in the previous attempt, and there's the one she did at the start. But again, Lady Maria, if you don't know lore-wise, is from Canehurst. That's why she has basically this ability. God, the running attack on this is actually pretty terrible. On the, what is this called? Beast Cutter. Because you like run forward, And you saw like half the time I'm like, God damn, I can't hit her. What I do know is that dodging behind her always works, no matter what charge attack she's using. Not doing terribly. This is what I mean by it's probably not gonna take me like a ton of attempts to kill her. Except for that one apparently, with the dodging behind her tactic. She dodges around so much. I forgot how much she dodges around like that. Phase 3. Get away from her. Now shit's gonna be on fire as well. Oops. That doesn't do nearly as much as I thought. Did I just dodge into that? Yeah, I did. Fuck, I legit can't hit her. She still has a lot of HP. But as long as she keeps doing that... Okay, this is where you gotta be careful, because... she can wipe you the fuck out, like that. That was a combo, nothing I could do. Yeah, I was like 2 hits away. But she's really difficult to hit with this weapon. And I don't actually know how many blood vials I have. Let's try something. I just want to try it. An experiment of sorts. Okay, I think I'm still good. Just want to see... Wait, not this weapon. Oh, no, it is Saw Spear. Let's see if she's easier to hit. I talked about the Saw Cleaver earlier, but I was wrong. I just want to check if it's really my weapon. Oh, but this doesn't stun her. The running attack of this sucks as well. Maybe it's only against human characters like this. Yeah, I don't think it's any better. Okay, just wanting to try that out. I'm not gonna... Well, a little bit easier to hit. Because it's faster, but that's okay. I don't even care about the, 9,000 souls. At this point, that's nothing. No, we'll be fine with the Beast Cutter. I got careless in the end there, and that's what got me killed. I'll probably show one more attempt, and then I'll start editing. Still an awesome boss. I'm not looking forward to Orphan of Cause. We are here many attempts later. Alright, let's go. I've had to take a break between because I was getting bored. Just not dealing enough damage to her, that's the problem. Although, I made some changes. You can see my armor. More physical and fire defense. And I switched out one of my gem imprints to have better, rally potential. It actually helps a lot, you know. Save blood vials for the second and third phase. Other thing, saw this online. People are saying always dodge to the left. Your left, not her left. And apparently that's the easiest way. And it's working so far. Because I've been all over it with my dodges before. Okay, there we go. That was a little risky. Stupid of me. Huh, it even works with the charges. I've been getting hit by so many of these. But you can see the rally. It's good for this weapon, because normally this weapon sucks with rally. It's so difficult to hit her. Okay. I really thought that was gonna hit. Seems to be working. That's good. That's good. Phase 3, here we go. This is probably the best this fight has gone in a long time. Sorry if I'm quiet. I really thought that was gonna hit. You know, don't run out of... I ran out of stamina there. That was stupid of me. Plenty of blood vials though. Not to get one shot is the goal here. Or like combo to death. The left thing is working. That's really good. Holy shit. She's dead. Yes. Sorry if my reaction is a little underwhelming. It's just been... How long has it been? Almost 50 minutes. Without the break. Took like a little break. Where is the fucking... I'm looking... There it is. Gotta honor Maria. Okay, I'm gonna take another break here. And... I'm gonna be back in a second, guys. Okay, so I'm back after taking a little break. After Maria... So, let's go ahead and pick up the Celestial Dial. I actually don't remember what the description is on this thing. It is a key, so let's just check it. Celestial Dial that functions with the giant astral clock in the can't read, the Grand Cathedral. When the dial is held up towards the astral clock, okay. Doesn't really matter. What does matter, or what is more important, is... the lore behind Maria. We're gonna talk about it in a little bit, but first we need to hold up the Celestial Dial and access the third part of the DLC. You can really tell where these DLCs were supposed to be separated. Of course, we had the portion up to Ludwig, which was gonna be the first DLC. Up to Maria, so where we are right now, was supposed to be the third DLC, I mean second DLC, and from here on is the third. That's why there's probably a lamp here, because you'll see when we get into the next area, there's a lamp almost right away. So obviously when they were separate, you would have to have a lamp here. But lore-wise, Maria is pretty interesting. However, what's more interesting is this place. This place in the dream, or nightmare I should say, is the so-called darkest secret of the Healing Church. Down there you can see where we just came from, the fake Grand Cathedral and everything. It's really interesting because, well, this is a nightmare, so I guess the laws of physics or anything don't apply. But the sky is essentially the sea. And of course, this thing is not there in the real world. So Maria is from Canehurst. We know that because, well, Canehurst is associated with Katana. Did I just say Katana? I just got done playing Mortal Kombat before I started recording. But they use katanas. She held the Evelyn. I think her set confirms that she's from Canehurst as well. Plus... of course, she uses that, I guess you could call it blood magic, that the Chikage also uses. This is important too. So this guy pretty interesting. But first of all, let's talk more about Maria because she's more important. For now, we are gonna come back here later, but this is the fishing hamlet. First of all, I need to go back and use up my stuff. And of course, Maria is the basis for the doll in the dream. God damn. This has been an exhausting day for this recording. That's why I'm like, I can't read. I'm coughing all over the place. Maria kicked my ass more than I expected to. So, where was I? She's, of course, the basis of the plain doll. It is heavily implied that she died in the real world. Yeah, the old hunter bone says that, you know, hunters use the art of quickening. And we know that, well, this hunter was a practitioner of the art of quickening, the one whose bone this is. And even though this description says he, many people have pointed out that the Japanese uses gender-neutral language. So it is heavily theorized that the bone is Maria's bone. Add to the fact that we find it at this grave in the real world, in the old abandoned workshop. And the doll can be seen praying to this grave. And this is the grave that we use to access the nightmare. We can kind of speculate that it probably belongs to Maria, the grave and the old hunter bone. So she's probably dead in the real world, but as we know from Mikolash, people can be dead in the real world and still have a presence, so to speak, in the nightmare. It is the exact same thing with Mikolash. He in the real world is dead, but he still lives on with the nightmare. And that is heavily implied to be the same with Maria as well. Now we're gonna talk to the doll, who's gonna say something unique.
Hunter, this may sound strange, but have I somehow changed? Moments ago, from some place, perhaps deep within, I sensed a liberation from heavy shackles. Not that I would know. How passing strange.
So yeah, obviously I think what this means is that her last connection to sort of the real Maria is now officially gone. Because Maria is dead in the real world, and now her presence in the dream is also dead, which is kind of a shame. I liked Maria a lot. I think even like the little small cutscene we get of her establishes her character pretty well. And you know, I don't know what says it. There's a description that says, you know, that the doll was never an adequate recreation of the real Maria. And it is also implied that Gurman was kind of obsessed with her. I think, actually her set is probably in the Insight workshop. Sorry that I'm running around like a madman. Because once you're done there with Maria, yeah, there it is. Among the first hunters, all students of Gurman was the lady hunter Maria. This was her hunter's garb crafted in Canehurst. Maria is distantly related to the undead queen, but had great admiration for Gurman, unaware of his curious mania. What that probably means is that Gurman was kind of obsessed with her, which probably led to the creation of the doll. We don't actually know whether, you know, the doll was created before her death or after. I'm gonna use 20 of these for a reason, and that's because I didn't talk about this in the video itself, but I started upgrading the Whirligig saw just when I was taking a break with one of the Maria fights. God, I'm running around like such an idiot. I want to go back to the fishing hamlet. Just to see if the weapon worked a little bit better, because the one problem I was having with the Beast Cutter is that it had such low regeneration, or rally, or whatever it's called. But I ended up switching it to a rune that has higher rally. But if we find more blood rocks and the other, I mean bloodstone chunks and the other blood rock, I'll definitely give the Whirligig a try, because I actually kind of liked it. And now we need to talk about this place for a little bit. This is sort of the darkest, deepest secret of the Healing Church, and Bergenworth as well. Basically, the secret is what they did to this fishing hamlet. So, lore-wise, there was this fishing hamlet, never established where, just, I guess, near Yarnum and Bergenworth, where the corpse of a great one, a dead great one, washed ashore. And the villagers began worshipping that great one and were also kind of transformed by it, as evidenced by these guys as well as that. I guess that guy is kind of like a village elder at the start there we just saw. And Bergenworth, of course, was studying the Great Ones. This is in the time of Lawrence, Master Willem, German, and Maria. So we'll find out later that German and Maria were sort of hunters before even the establishment of the Healing Church. Of course, Ludwig was the first Healing Church hunter, but German and Maria were hunters before that. I guess they sort of served as, well, they were basically servants of Bergenworth. And basically, simply put, Bergenworth came in and just straight up fucked up this fishing hamlet. I mean, they killed many of the inhabitants. They captured some. They started experimenting on them. They cut open their skulls looking for eyes on the inside. And I think they also cut up the corpse of the dead Great One who we're gonna see. And essentially, well, that is... these things flying at us are one of the curses. It deals a shit ton of damage too. Magic sort of doesn't exist in Bloodborne. However, the Great Ones are so powerful that... well, basically their power kind of manifests as magic. And curses are something that the Great Ones can lay upon humans. So basically, they start cutting up this dead Great One, unaware that it is pregnant. Or maybe they were aware. And basically, they end up killing the corpse. Or, well, killing the corpse, what the fuck am I talking about? Killing the... yeah, this guy dies instantly. Killing the baby of the Great One. However, by that time, because Great Ones are so powerful, a nightmare version of the whole fishing hamlet and everything has already been created, where the... well, the baby of the dead Great One has survived and basically has laid a curse on all hunters to come. That is basically the whole lore of this fishing hamlet thing, simply put. They fuck up this village and the Great One's corpse. However, that ends up creating a nightmare where a curse is laid upon all future hunters to come. And that's why hunters go mad with blood. And I'm about to go mad with blood from this enemy because this guy is so annoying. And there's a version of him that has a weapon as well, a giant anchor. I really don't like these types of enemies, you know. The ones that are kind of very erratic and unpredictable with their movements. It's the same thing with the four-legged skeletons in the... what you call it? In Dark Souls 1. Cool. You're dead. And these guys are the main reason I never get Maria's weapon. If you don't know, Maria's weapon is down this well. But to get to it, you have to fight two of these fuckers with the anchors. And that's awful. That's literally one of the hardest mobs in this game. Those guys are super unpredictable. They have gigantic hitboxes on their weapons, huge sweeping attacks, and probably one shot from their weapons would take away 80 to 90% of my life. Okay, was I done with the recap of the DLC or like the Fishing Hamlet lore? I'm not sure, but whatever. So Bergenworth fucked this place up with German and Maria in tow. And the Orphan of Cause, because it's a great one, it's extremely powerful, probably inadvertently created this nightmare where a curse was forever laid upon hunters and sort of their descendants. Not descendants in the sense that, they're children, but, hunters to come. I probably have a Molotov. And that's what that village elder is talking about at the start, kind of the mercy for the poor wizened child and all that. As well as when we entered the DLC, And what we're gonna be doing here, our ultimate goal, is to break the curse. And this is, by the way, partly, there are many interpretations of the lore. This is partly just like my reading into things, my way of reading into things. Getting a bunch of good gemstones, but I'm looking at the time. This is going to be difficult to kind of predict time-wise this episode because I have so much to edit out. Of course, I didn't talk about much with the area itself. Not the most difficult area. Okay, just wanted to make sure there's no ambush there. Not the most difficult area, save for those anchor guys. And also not the lengthiest area. I think probably the Fishing Hamlet was the main reason they decided to combine the 3 DLCs. Because I think a lot of people would have been disappointed if they sold this thing separately. I mean, people bitched about how short Ashes of Ariandel is. And now this is way shorter, I think. So I think people would have been salty as fuck if they released this separately. So I'm glad they combined all the DLCs together. And yeah, we do have fish dogs. They're kind of annoying. Honestly, not as bad as some of the other dog enemies. As I'm getting kicked around by one. Shit, don't die here. And yeah, same concept as kind of, again, Ashes of Ariandel. Spear throwing guys. Makes sense, I guess, in this context. I'm really liking this armor setup, by the way. I finally found something that looks decent with the Yargul helmet. I still think this thing makes your head look way too big, but I don't know. I guess this combination is decent. I am going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here, though. We might be over 30 minutes. We might be way under it. I have honestly no idea. So much to cut out from Maria. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. We'll proceed further into this section of the DLC. Coming up is one of the harder areas here. So hopefully I'll manage to get through. For now, I'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.